mean next week? I can't wait that long. Ski season has already started. Look, you promised me that you'd have it done. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you're sorry. Right. Maggie?
Just let me come in and don't tell me how horrible I look, okay?
You know, you were the last person I expected to see up this early.
Yeah, well, I couldn't sleep. See, some wise guy put my bed on Lizzie Susan last night, so every time I shut my eyes, the room kept spinning.
Oh, yeah, we used to call that martini motion.
Don't use the M word. I'm not a well woman.
Then why are you here?
Because I am more embarrassed that I am sick. It was our first date last night, and I ruined it with my party girl from hell routine. Forgive me.
I think I can do you one better than that.
Asa, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
You must want something real bad. You're almost acting human.
Well, you must want something too. You're here.
I'll admit your phone call last night did get my attention. What is on your mind?
Well, I want us to team up. I mean, we worked pretty well together the last time, don't you think?
Last night you were bending my ear about helping me settle an old score. I've got so many old scores to settle, I don't know where to begin. Which one would you like to sink your teeth into?
The one with my soon-to-be ex-wife, Blair.
My husband, Todd Manning, is not to go anywhere near my daughter at any time, under any circumstance. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You get that?
Can I help you?
Yes. Is Mrs. Manning home, please?
It's all right. Hello, Vicki. You can go up to Star's room, but don't wake her.
Is Star all right?
She's fine.
Oh. Okay. Well, I apologize for just dropping by like this, but I knew Dorian was out of time. And Todd won't take my calls.
Is there a problem?
Well, not with me. With you. I wanted to know how you were after yesterday.
Well, they said I had a cracked rib. It's a little painful, but I'll be all right. I'm fine.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, what's with the burly extra help? What are you so worried about?
Hi. I know. I said I would leave you be for a while. So we hung up last night, but I had to see you. Because after our conversation, all I thought about was you. And us. That's all I thought about till dawn.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep either.
We're quite a pair, aren't we? Margaret, we can't pretend that Blair isn't pregnant with my child. But I hope that we can work through it together. And can I come in?
Yeah, fine. I don't think you're going to like what I have to say.
Not only do I forgive you, but I now offer you this most precious fruit. Cure for a hangover. It contains tomato juice,
raw egg, and Worcestershire sauce. No.
and some black pepper. You've had this.
I used to have a 55-gallon drum of that stuff on tap in my kitchen back in the old days, but I've moved on to club soda and milk. with a little pulverized parsley and lime juice. It's the same deal but green. No, thank you.
Gee, that sounds so new age. But you know what? I've always found that the old-fashioned ways are much more tried and true. So here, I think you just need to take a little sip of this.
No.
It will keep the room from quaking, your head from shaking. It'll keep your ears from ringing.
Okay.
I thought that might talk you, huh? Don't get it on my sofa. Bad? Better?
Yeah.
Told you? I knew it would work. Now, why don't you tell me why you started throwing back martinis like they were club soda last night?
I already did.
Oh, yeah. You went on about how your father had visited you and hit you with the same old stuff, told you were absolute trash because
you got it.
left the order, backed out on your commitment, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what, Maggie, this is the same thing he's done to you every time he's seen you. Why does this send you into hyper-martiniosis this time? Are you going to tell me?
I don't feel that good. Besides, you won't respect me.
Me? Me? The guy that was stuck pouring you into bed after you were so bombed you couldn't stand up on our first date? Maggie, if I was going to lose respect for you, don't you think that would have done the trick?
All right, you got a good point. The reason that I was doing what I was doing was because I was scared.
About what?
My father did his routine thing, all right? But not about just dropping out of the order. I mean, he did the normal thing about me being disappointed in me, and then he said...
What?
He said that he didn't know what in the world would make me happy, and neither did I. And that's when I felt really scared.
Why?
Because he's right.
Oh, bull.
Look at my life, all right? Ever since I was a kid, I've always thrown myself into things, really committed one day, and then totally dropping out the next.
Maggie, just because you are searching for answers, it doesn't make you a chronic
Well, what
quitter.
does that make me? Look, I have no plan. I live my life in a totally hit-and-run way. I mean, I can't honestly say that I'll ever be able to commit to anything. And that's what scares me most of all, because I don't know that I'll ever be able to stick with anything or anybody. And I'm just going to end up old and alone with a life that's used up, never really lived. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but you know what? That's me. That's the real me.
Okay. Well, I consider myself fairly warned.
So I guess I shouldn't hold my breath waiting for a second date.
You're looking at me to give you some dirt on Blair?
I'm taking Blair to court to get custody of my daughter.
Ooh, looks like old Blair really crossed the line this time, especially you looking to get sole custody of your own kid. I told you that woman was a bloodsucker. What'd she do to you?
Enough.
I am not the kind of man who would take a child from its mother. Ordinarily.
But you would be willing to make an exception in this case?
Only if the exception had blonde hair, a black heart, and goes by the name of Blair.
Well, then you can help me. At least your past can help me get custody. When you and Blair were married, she tricked you into thinking she was pregnant. Is that right?
Yes, she lied through her pearly whites about it. But even knowing that, it's not going to help you get your daughter back.
Well, it proves that she's a scheming witch. And then when you found out about it, and you could say worse things about her, you said something about a heart attack?
That little tramp got me so riled up, believe it or not, so stressed out, I collapsed on the floor with chest pains. I begged that she-wolf to give my pills. And you know what she did, Todd? She looked down at me and laughed, walked out of the room, left me for dead.
Well, then it sounds like Blair is a potential murderer.
I kind of think we could say that, Todd.
Yeah, but would you say that, Asa? I mean, in court, would you swear to it?
Todd wants custody of Star. And since he was willing to kidnap her already, I think the security guards are a very good idea. In fact, Dorian hired them around the clock.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I really thought I'd convinced him to drop the custody suit.
You honestly thought Todd was going to change?
Well, I thought he was going to make an effort to try and get some counseling, and then I thought if you saw that he was making an effort, you would at least be willing to listen.
Well, we're way past that now, Vicky. See, I'm filing for divorce, and I'm going to sue him for custody of Star, and I'm sure Todd is going to fight me every step of the way. Now, that is where our relationship is now.
This is terrible. Do you have any idea what a custody battle is going to do to your daughter?
But I am not going to let Todd take my daughter away from me.
No, but, I mean, there's got to be another way to handle this. Why does it have to come down to a custody battle? I mean, I don't quite get what happened yesterday when you had your accident. Todd was very concerned about you. He went to the hospital to see how you were. What in God's name happened?
You might as well hear this from me first. I'm pregnant. That's what else I found out at the hospital.
You're pregnant? But that's wonderful. I mean, the timing, I suppose, could have been a bit better, considering how rocky yours and Todd's relationship has been recently, but a child? What? Don't you think that this is an incredible opportunity?
The baby's not Todd's.
I didn't even want to think about you and Blair being together. Much less this. And I know I have no right to blame you for being with her because I was married to Dylan. I know I have no right to be angry. Oh my God, she's pregnant.
It was an accident.
Yeah, that's what Blair said. I've come to realize there is no such thing as an accident when it comes to Blair.
What are you saying? It certainly wasn't planned.
Well, she knew Todd was gone forever. Why not try to trap you, huh? A baby would be perfect.
Well, I don't know what's going on in Blair's head, but I certainly never intended for the woman to get pregnant.
Yeah, things happen. That's life.
Margaret, please. Tell me we can deal with this. Tell me we can work through it.
Blair's gonna have your baby. How do you expect me to live with that for the rest of my life?
I don't... Margaret, look at me. I was walking the streets for hours last night. Just thinking about you, thinking about us, thinking about what we have. And I wanted to remind you of the hard times that we've been through already.
This is different. Blair has your baby growing inside of her. To me, that changes everything.
Changes everything. What are you saying here, Margaret? You're saying this is over?
I just need to let it sink in. I need some time.
You've got that.
I don't see how we can really do anything.
She's pregnant.
That's a fact.
I wish I could, I wish I could give you a guarantee about the future, but I can't. I'm having trouble with the present.
Hi, Marty. I was just coming here to see Patrick, but I can see that my timing isn't exactly stellar.
No, it's all right. Is this more news about Carla's murder?
The baby is Patrick's.
Oh, my God.
Look, it happened when I thought Todd was dead.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, that's certainly going to make things a lot more complicated.
I thought Todd coming back from Ireland was going to be the answer to everything. All the doubt and pain would come to an end, but who am I kidding? No, when Todd was in Ireland, he changed for the worse. And when he comes back, all right, but what does he do? He kidnaps Star. He sets fire to all the sets at Angel Square. I mean, you talk about falling in love with the wrong man.
Well, you know, in time,
Vicky, how much time does one person get? How much time does one person... Look, I've run out of time.
No, you have not. I realize you're very angry with him now, but you also still love him. Believe it or not, stranger relationships than yours have survived, so perhaps there still is a chance.
No. I'm pregnant. And that is a sure sign that Todd and I were never meant to be.
Maggie, I started thinking about our second date the minute the first one went down the toilet. But there is one slight problem. I have to go pick up my kids.
That's a nice problem. When?
This weekend. Now that Carlo's dead, I figured there's no more risk to Frankie and Leslie, so I set it up with Maud. We're all ready to go.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I just got to pick them up.
Oh, no, you're not asking me to go to North Carolina with you.
Are you kidding? We're 0 for 2 on that road trip stuff. I'm flying this time. But I may have to put up my flight.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, I had this maintenance crew that was set to open up the mountain Sunset Inn for me. They flaked out as of this morning.
What does that mean? You have to do all the work yourself?
Well, it means that I have to put off going down to Apex, and it means I won't be seeing my kids for a while again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you miss them.
Well, you're stuck, you're stuck.
Unless you're not. I mean, I can help you do the work at the end, and then you can make it down to North Carolina in time.
You'd want to do that? You're able to do that?
I can do that. I'm getting better. I'll call it a work day. Besides, it can't be that much work, right?
Patrick is still Hank's lead suspect, if that's what you're asking. No, I really just came by to fill Patrick in on my conversation with Todd's eyewitness, Zeus Zelenko.
Oh, sounds like a stage name.
Funny you should mention that. Basically, he told me the same thing he told Hank, that he was down at the dock, and the night that Carla was murdered, near enough to the docks that he heard a very angry Irish voice threatening someone.
I was never on the bloody deck, Nora.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You said there was something odd about this Zelenko guy.
Yes, something did strike me as very odd. When I was talking to him, he kept making a quarter appear and disappear, you know. It was very good. It was very impressive stuff. Very impressive. But when I asked him about it, he said, oh, no, magic was just a hobby. Then about 2 minutes later, he admitted to being a working magician in Europe.
Why would he lie?
Exactly my question. Even down to his name, Zeus Zelenko. It sounds like a professional magician's name, doesn't it? But there was nothing amateurish about the way he kept pulling seashells out of my ear like he did.
Excuse me, but what did he look like? Was he thin and blue eyes, dark hair?
Yeah, that was young. Yeah.
He was at the Wild Swan. He did the same seashell thing to me.
That's right, and I remember him being there the night I was drugged.
Well, you never told me about that.
We never described him. You see, Carlo set up Blair and myself so he could kidnap Star, and I thought maybe Zelenko was attached to that. I have no idea.
Well, that explains why he would show up with a story for Todd. Revenge for his dead boss.
Well, could be, but Todd's never going to enlighten us on that subject. Blair, on the other hand,
You think she might know something about it?
only one way to find out.
Let's go ask her.
Okay?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going with you.
Todd, I've already sworn to everything I just told you at my divorce trial. Everything's a matter of public record.
Yeah, but seeing it on the page is a completely different thing from hearing you say it in person.
I don't think I'm ready to sink knee-deep in your mess.
I would make it worth your while.
How?
Well, you want to get revenge against Blair, right?
I'll tell you what, I'll get back to you later. Right now, I want to see my son Bo at the hospital.
Well, I look forward to hearing from you.
I'll just bet you do.
Was that Asa Buchanan, the one and only? And I think he just gave me everything I need to blow Blair right out of the water.
Forget it, Vicky. Todd and I are exciting.
Well, surely there's got to be some kind of trust remaining.
Come on. He accused me of passing Patrick's baby off as his. Now, where is the trust there? You tell me.
Well, Blair, you have lied about pregnancies before.
Well, this is different this time. I mean, you saw me at the hospital yesterday. I didn't know that I was pregnant then. Besides,
Well, you love Todd.
I was trying to win Todd back, honestly. From my heart.
Oh, this is so awful. And he's doing it all over again. He's just destroying himself. It is so hard to stand by and watch this.
He totally thinks that I've, just cooked this whole plan up. I know he's going to use this pregnancy against me in a custody suit. I mean, he already accused me of being an unfit mother even before all this happened.
Oh, that's absurd. You're not an unfit mother. You're a devoted mother. Why don't you show him the videotape of your televised appeal to Star's kidnappers? That ought to bring him to his senses.
It's too late, Vicky. Todd has hurt me all that he can hurt me.
I wish there was something I could do. The thing is that you and Todd are both so strong-willed. That doesn't help, and then maybe that's why you were drawn to each other in the first place.
And why it ripped us apart.
Well, look, I'm going to talk to him again about this custody suit. I don't know that it'll do any good, but at least I'm going to try.
Vicky, I know what I'm up against. And I'm not a pushover as far as my daughter is concerned. He can fight me and threaten me all he wants, but he will not get custody of Star. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I will find a way to stop him.
You want us to clean this up? You don't need a maintenance crew, you need an archaeologist. Why didn't you warn me about this?
It's not that bad.
Oh, no. No. We'll just finish the joint up and zip down to North Carolina and be back before the twins' high school graduation.
Would you care to make a small wage here? There. Yeah, okay. Listen, I have seen this place much, much worse. Is there a weapon?
When? A volcano erupted in the lobby?
Pretty close. The place just about burned down. Even the eternal optimist Luna just about gave up hope.
Obviously, you didn't.
Of course not. This place was more our home than Serenity Springs was. Every major milestone pretty much happened right here. Twins were born here. In fact, this place always had a piece of Luna here.
Maybe I shouldn't have come here.
No. Oh, what, are you kidding? No, I'm glad you're here. Not just because you swing a mean broom. It's because I want to share this with you. This is part of my past. I want you to be aware of it.
I know how much a part of you Luna was.
Maggie, Luna was part of my past. And right now, I'm looking for my future.
I swear to God, Freeman, we can nail her to the wall on this one.
That's certainly a wonderfully useful story about Mr. Buchanan's heart attack and her response.
Well, the only difference between Blair and a murderer is a dead body. And now she's pregnant with a real killer's kid. See what a judge has to say about that.
Except Patrick Thornhart hasn't been officially charged with Carlo Hester's murder.
Yes?
The inference being that he will be.
Any day now.
What makes you so certain?
Look, the only thing that I care about is getting my daughter away from Blair. So you take that stuff that Asa told me, and you put it in a bunch of documents and send it off to the court. And while you're at it, you slip in that Blair was trying to pass off Patrick Thornhart's baby as mine.
Has she admitted that?
It doesn't matter what she says. It's what she does. It's what she's been doing since the day that I got back.
In order to mislead you into believing she was carrying your child.
Absolutely. She's been playing that card every chance that she got.
Then I suggest you do some documentation of your own.
What's that supposed to mean?
The law lives on proof, Mr. Manning. The more you can back something up, the more the court backs you.
So you want me to take all of the dirt and kind of pile it up? Is that what you're saying?
Something like that. Just try to remember every instance you think Blair lied to you, and then describe it as specifically as you can. It's no fun, but can be very helpful.
I don't want to see Blair.
We just found out that Blair's pregnant. And the child is mine.
Oh. Well, guess that certainly qualifies as a complication, doesn't it? No wonder you're so frazzled. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Makes three of us.
But I know the only person who's not sorry.
You think Blair planned it?
Oh, come on. I have a lot of ideas, but the only thing I know for sure right now is how angry I am.
Okay, well, gee, this is about as loaded as an issue gets. My concern right now is, Blair. I mean, under the circumstances, do you think she'll be willing to help us?
As you said, there's only one way to find out.
Okay. Go.
I know you don't want to go, but I have to. So I'll see you later.
Okay.
Volcano?
No, just the furnace. Sometimes it acts up a little when you ask it to do something exotic like provide heat. I think we better get a fire going just in case.
You want me to help?
Actually, you know what you could do? You could open the flue. I'll get something to collect all the ashes.
I can be a flue opener.
Here, let me do that.
No, I can do this. What? Did a lot fall on me? Vicky, hi.
Hi, Marty.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Guess you've heard.
Yeah, Blair just told me. How you doing?
Fine. What's done is done. There's nothing I can do about that.
Did you get any sleep last night? Have you eaten anything?
Not hungry.
No, I didn't think so. Honey, you're not all right, okay? This is bad enough in itself. The last thing you want now is for your lupus to flare up.
Yeah, thanks. You're worried about my condition, but all I can think about is Blair's.
Well, I know you're upset, but you cannot allow yourself to become this stressed.
What about the position I'm in here? The woman I hate, who hates me, is pregnant by the man that I love more than life itself. It's a mess.
Yes, I know it is. It's hideous. Believe me, I know all about it, which is all the more reason for you not to let it get the better of you.
But the damage is done. Patrick and I are going to be tied to Blair for the rest of our lives. What could be worse than that?
Well, you and Patrick not having each other at all.
How exactly are we going to have each other? My dream was about, you know, living happily ever after.
You still can.
I'm not so sure. You know, just the other day I was thinking about the fact that I was going to be with this man for the rest of my life. We'd sit by the fire and, I don't know, maybe he'd read me some of his poetry and we'd just talk about everyday things. Get sleepy, go upstairs, and just fall asleep in each other's arms till morning. How can all that happen now? Patrick, Nora, the security guard said that you were here.
Yeah, what's that about? Todd?
You guessed it. So, what do you want?
Blair, Patrick told me about the situation that the two of you are in, and before I say anything else, I want to tell you that I understand how tough this must be for you. But at the same time, we're here to ask for your help.
With what?
We wanted to ask you about the supposed witness in Carlo's murder.
It's a man named Zelenko. He's the man that the Sun quoted as saying that he heard voices, especially an Irish accented voice, on the deck of the ship the night Carlo was murdered.
Well, look, I wish that I could help, but Todd dealt with him.
Just bear with us for a second. Margaret says she remembers this man from the Wild Swan. He was a magician, a good one. He pulled a shell from a year, I don't know. And I saw him again doing card tricks the night that we were set up. And I thought maybe... What?
What did this magician look like?
Well, he's thin and blue-eyed, darkish hair, young, odd first name, Zeus. Do you know him?
Yes. In the park the other day, this guy comes up to me, starts talking to me, tells me he's a magician, and then Todd shows up.
And?
Todd practically flipped out. It's like he couldn't get me away from this guy quick enough. In fact, he told me to go home, that he would take care of it, because, see, I wanted to hire this guy this magician to work the party on the ship.
The magician wasn't at the party.
No. Obviously, because Todd knew him and didn't want him anywhere near the This is all making sense.
Oh, how so?
Patrick, this magician was at the Wild Swan because Todd sent him there to check up on us.
What do you mean Todd sent him there? It was Carlo who set up the whole thing so he could...
No. Kidnap Star? No. Carlo didn't set us up, and Carlo didn't kidnap Star. It was Todd on both counts.
What? Why would Todd kidnap his own daughter?
No, this is all making sense to me now. Oh, when Todd came back from Ireland, he saw Blair and I,
Okay, yeah, I get it. All right, and he was undoubtedly put off.
But he was insanely jealous of what he was. Why else would he want to try and kidnap his own daughter? And he's still a lunatic for trying to pin her murder on me.
Okay, I'm going to go see Hank now, because if I can tie Todd to this Zeus Zelenko character, then his testimony is right out the window, and you become a non-suspect. Shall we?
I'll catch up with you. Get some...
Gotcha. Blair, thank you very, very much, and good luck.
Thanks. Thanks for your help, Nora.
Well, I want to fight Todd every way that I can. Called me an unfit mother and wants to take Star away from me.
Well, he's not going to get custody. That's not going to happen.
And protection works every time two people make love.
Yeah. We need to talk about what's going to happen with the baby.
There's no we, Patrick. It's what I'm going to do with the baby.
Perfect. More perfect.
What?
Oh, nothing. Is there enough hot water?
Plenty. A touch on the brown side.
Yeah, it's just rusty.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind. I borrowed your sweater.
Oh, heck, you can make my stuff look that good. You just, take anything.
Anything?
Just name it.
Be clear about one thing. I'm not going to let you go through this on your own.
Patrick, you're not...
No, wait. I'm not walking away from this. We did this together, and we're going to get through it together.
Always responsible, aren't you? The writing instructor, professor. Patrick Thornhart, the honorable citizen.
I wouldn't be much of a man if I didn't take responsibility for my actions.
No one ever accused you of not being a man.
Yeah, well, what are we going to do about this baby?
I'm not going to do anything about this baby. I haven't even thought about this baby. One that's safe inside me. Where Todd can't get to it. But Star... No, I have to, I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to do what I have to do to keep Todd from taking Star away from me. And I will.
I understand what you're saying. But there will come a time when we have to talk about this pregnancy. Decisions have to be made. Thank you for your help with Nora. I wish I... I'll see you later.
Raymond. You're the lawyer. You want documentation of every time Blair tried to yank my chain? I only hope I have enough tape. It all started when Blair tried to get me to marry her the first time by pretending that she was pregnant, only she wasn't pregnant. But this time, she is knocked up. As a matter of fact, I saw her and Thornhart making their little bundle of joy myself. And when I asked her about it, point blank, if she had been faithful, she said, yes, I have been. Thornhart and I are just buddies. She lied. And they kept seeing each other, too. I heard the two of them talking on the phone a few days after I'd gotten back. And I saw the two of them together at the stables. And you have to understand that the whole time this is going on, Blair is busting her butt trying to lure me back into the sack so that she can pawn this Irish love child off his mind. Every night, she comes floating down these stairs, wearing this thing that looks like liquid light. And she puts her hand on my arm and says, "Come to bed, Todd." And and I remember this time when I was lying in bed and I was playing with Star, and she came in and she lied down next to us, and there we are, the three of us. Like a family. Like a real family. And she looks at me with those big green eyes, all smiling and soft, and says, "You are a wonderful father." And I thought that she meant it with everything in her. Only Thornhart was the only thing that was in her. I never went near her. I never laid a hand on her. So her little game isn't going to play out. She's a liar. She's a liar. And she's a slut.